Alright guys, welcome to another video. So today we're looking at the Siege expansion for Time of Legends Joan of Arc. Now I'm giving you the side view of the box literally because it's so big that I can't fit it into my usual kind of video area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up and then we're going to start taking things out to show you. So this is easily the biggest of the boxes and the heaviest obviously. And it is absolutely packed to the rafters, I think. Okay, so one massive box reveals another big box. A smaller box. Two other smaller boxes. Couple of scenario books, one French, one English, which we'll look at in a minute. And some punch boards. Right, I'm going to reset my recording area. I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, that's a bit better. So what we'll do is, first of all, we'll take a look at the punch boards. And what we've got is we've got 5 hexes per page. These ones are for the broken ruins, for when our towers get destroyed. Same for some corner pieces, and then this looks like the courtyard of the castle. Some counters that we've seen before. So there's 5 single hexes there. We've got another 5 single hexes here, which are all exactly the same as the ones we've just seen. In fact, that whole sheet is exactly the same, I believe, including all of the same tokens. This one's, we've got another kind of courtyard area and another 2 corners of ruins. We have got some wooden bridges. If you have the village pack expansion, you've got the plastic versions of these. We've got some punch board ladders as well. Lots of tokens, most of which I haven't seen before. And this is another, this is identical to the last one as well. Okay, these are some interiors for the towers we've got. And there's another building that we've got that this is the interior for as well. And it's got that one ruined. Okay. Right, so let's have a look. I'm not going to do these in any particular order, so whatever's in here is what we'll see first. Okay, so we have the cards from the expansion, which we'll take a look at in a minute. In fact, if I get the scenario book, that will give me the accurate description for everything we've got in this expansion. That's the French one. I'll take a look at the scenarios as well. Right, okay, so we have got a siege tower. Let's make sure we can see it properly. Got a siege tower. Which looks nice. We've got the keep. Some window in there. I wonder if did they actually have glass at that time. I wonder if that is a window which just needs to be painted black. Okay, so that is very nice. We have 6 palisades as well. I think they're going to look really nice when they're painted. I really like this kind of stonework on here. Really great stuff. Very good. Okay, so that's that. And we have these. Now these are optional, that can go on top of your towers. It won't fit on there, but yeah, I'll keep one of these handy so as when we get our towers out, we'll be able to see how it works. Right, what's this? Okay, so this is all of our siege equipment. So we've got 2 trebuchets. We've got 1 battering ram. We've got 3 culverins, and all of these come with the servants that go with them. We've got 2 bombards. We've got 2 ballistas. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, which are our, I think it says Pavis shields. So they're good. And then we've got all of the miniatures that go with those to operate them. So that's good, lots and lots of stuff there. Right, so here we get to these last 2 boxes will be the kind of big stuff. Oh. Wow, okay. So these are these are the short walls, and we get 12 of these. Those are good. We have some ruins. Got 8 of those. Okay, now let's keep a couple of these short walls here for when we get out the final box. Wow. Oh my god. Right, so these are the gatehouses. They're very well detailed. And I don't know if we've seen from before, but I know that this isn't a miniature base. But basically, if you want anyone on the towers, you just sit the base in like that, and it stays on. So that's cool. Right, so we get 2 gatehouses. We get 6 of these towers. For which these things were in the other box. They can sit on top, optionally, if you want to. And then we get 4 of these long walls. So that is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So if I take out a couple of these, so all of this stuff goes together, kind of on the battlefield. You can't see that very well because of the way I've got the camera positioned, but basically when you add on these towers, you can effectively create corners. So you can set up your castle however you want them, really. So that's excellent, really, really good, really brilliant expansion that. So, and again, it brings such a different, something completely different to the game. as most of the expansions do for this game. It's really, really well thought through for Mythic Games. So let's have a look to see what cards we've got. It's got 2 packs of standard cards and 1 pack of the character cards. There's probably some scenario based stuff in here as well. So what have we got? William Glasdale, Guillaume de Molins, but he is English. Alain Blanchard, Guy Le Boutier, I think I butchered that. Joan Jourdan. And then we've got the French versions of the characters. And then we've got our cards for the scenarios. So that's good. And then we'll have a look at these cards. So these ones, I believe, are for the Siege mini game, which is an optional game you can pay just before you start one of your Siege scenarios. I'm really hoping that they bring rules for the Siege stuff to the battle mode. So let's have a look. So we've got let's just make sure we've got all of the English cards only. So it looks like it's got the French and English mixed in. Just make sure I'm removing the correct ones. Don't know why those 2 French cards were in randomly with the rest of the cards. These are all French, I believe. Just want to do it so as I'm only looking at one set of cards. French, 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 French. Okay. Okay, so just to go through the last kind of troop cards. So we've got engineers, we've got the sappers, hackbutiers. Am I saying that right? Probably not. 2 cards for your bombard, culverins, ballista, trebuchet, pavis shield, battering ram, siege tower, and our artillerymen. And then we've got our Siege mini game, which I don't know how to play. So we've got, I'm assuming that the 2 different card arts are one for attacking and one for defending. But I'm not sure how to play it. Anyway, so let's have a quick look at the scenario book. So we've got a decent chunky book here, plenty of pages. So what have we got to learn? So we've already been through all the miniatures. Art of Siege during the 100 Years' War. So this is some historical stuff. Siege in Time of Legends, Joan of Arc. This expansion invites you to relive the famous siege battles of the 100 Years' War. You will find new miniatures of buildings, ruins, siege engines and units, as well as all of the new rules for using them. You will also find a new type of card, the Siege card, which will allow you to simulate the long weeks and months of siege which precede the battle. All the rules for the Siege cards are provided on page 8. So again, this is just going through the rules for the new for the new stuff. So for example, it's got capacity and resistance. So for example, the gatehouse has a capacity of 3 and a resistance of 3. Isolated tower occupies 2 spaces, has capacity of 1 and resistance 3. So this is good. I like the way it's all worked out. Rules for the siege tower and the ruins. This is good. This is page 8. So this is all about the siege game. So they're calling it the siege phase. The siege phase occurs between the beginning of a siege scenario and will have an impact on the game board and both armies. Units will be destroyed, fortifications will be attacked. The siege phase can completely change how a battle plays out. So this is really interesting. After setting up the chosen scenario, each of the 2 players is assigned a role and the siege phase can begin. The player attacking the castle is the besieger. The player to defend it is the besieged. Each player takes the siege card deck that corresponds to their role and receives a number of supply and morale tokens as described below. So the besieger gets 6 of each and the besieged get 12 of each. Okay, so that's interesting. I like the idea of how that works, kind of simulating the weeks leading up to the battle. Very interesting. Okay, wow. So the siege of Calais is huge, absolutely huge battle here. Yeah, massive. Really good, really large amount of miniatures as well. Excellent. Next we've got the siege of Rouen, another big battle here. With the walls built across the length of the board, so that's going to look amazing when that's done. That's good. We've got another one. The Battle of the Tourelles. Joan, I'll just read one of these. Joan of Arc together with Jean de Daumois marches on the fort of Tourelles. Their objective, lift the siege currently laid on Orleans' south door. Captain Glasdale, from atop the Tourelles ramparts, harasses Joan of Arc and gets his troops ready for the terrible battle which will decide the fate of the city. I like these the little introductions. So that's good. So you get 3 scenarios on there, and like I say, I'd like to play some battle mode with this stuff as well. So that's excellent. I really, really believe that with what we're given in this expansion, I think we're seeing something that we haven't really seen properly in tabletop gaming before. Some games have got close to it and can do it in certain ways if you set up properly, but you know, with some of the equipment available, the terrain that we're using to set up and what we're actually trying to achieve with these scenarios, I think that we are hitting a sweet spot for something that lots of us have wanted before but not really got. So I love the scenario. I love the expansion and I can't wait to check it out. Can't wait to play it. So I will be doing some paint guides soon for painting this stuff up especially, and there's some damage there. I'll show you how to fix that, but all that's going to be coming in the next few weeks. So if you want to see some of that stuff, like and subscribe. I'll be doing some battle reports as well, more on the battle mode, but I'll do a couple of scenarios. So if people have got a favourite scenario that they want to see played or anything like that, let me know and I will definitely consider it. But thanks very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and if you didn't, let me know why. See you later.